who will guard themselves. We may become a victim of a manipulation by members of our own people, our own group, those peer sessions. I do not have a clear answer currently to such a formulated dilemma, except for the fact that we believe that we do good, except for that we should work with people who have high moral standards. I'm aware of the most difficult task to fulfill, and maybe you can help me answering this dilemma. So to cut the long story short, the role of media, which people use, is self-identity based on European values. First, to those who are keen to positively answer to it, so they can share it among their friends and followers, and thus grow in our target. We know it's possible, but it requires an investment. And if we want to strengthen the European soft power, we need to show the European Union that it must expand the sphere of its values. In other words, it should not operate with the inherently colonial notions of Eastern Europe, or even New Eastern Europe, but rather show that there is one common. Thank you.
Thank you, Pradu. Thank you so much. We have technical problem. Okay, thank you, Pavel. We have Alexander connected the question. And before I would like to ask Pavel about one question, about one problem, because in the subtitle of our discussion, we have soft power. I know the really old idea of Pavel mentioning soft power of the European Union, of Poland, and particularly on the fields of media. And today we will discuss about really excellent presentations made by our colleagues from brilliant presentations made by our colleagues from Innsbruck. We will use the word like trolling, controlling, everywhere. And where is the place for the soft power? Because soft power is like positive style, it's like positive idea, maybe not only. Maybe it's another phase of regular war. It's my question to Pavel. What is your idea to fight on the field of media and particularly of social media? How to develop, how to manage the soft power to get content? Maybe soft power is it's possible to possess only by superpower like United States, China, Russia. Maybe European Union has not possibility to effectively use soft power. Maybe the historical idea of Joseph May, political scientist from Harvard University, historical idea of soft power is not adequate to our situation today.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Let me start by saying that the European Union is actually not superpower. Not superpower, yes, of course. It's not an empire, and it's even not the most important piece in this puzzle. I believe that we should rather start working on even a higher level and start talking about Europe on a higher level. We should start talking about common Europe. We should not divide Europe between Eastern Europe, Western Europe, not New Eastern Europe. There is no such thing as Central Europe. I believe that we should start operating with this notion of common Europe, and it will help. It will help a lot because we can show the values that we share. And basically, no matter if we are in a Central Europe or in €8, but it's we share the same values. And we should point this out, and we should stress in our communication.
Okay, I will come back, I will return to the second power because my duty is to fulfill the title, the idea of that discussion. And I think we should invite Mr. Alexander Goliański to open our discussion, ask about his comments and about main basis to our discussion after the presentation made by his book. And I think that we will find place for you here. Okay? It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, this is a very good example of distortion of information, if not manipulation of information. So, when I was discussing with the organizers of the conference, what would be my official role here, they say that, okay, we will not official this event, but, you just take active part in this discussion. Yes. So, I actually learned that an official discussion, just, half an hour. Anyway, it's matter of interpretation. No problem. In fact, if you don't mind, I would like to change the role from active discipline to just the person who is taking the active part in the discussion, and by putting a question which really affects me, which really interests me. And I do know that the audience, to some extent, to some part, share my interest. So, and my first question is for the first presenter. As far as I understand, the major goal of this organization is sort of a technical support of Russian internet society, who is aiming to the direction which is called by, promotion of democracy, promotion of rights of people, promotion of free speech, or withstanding the propaganda. So, could you say a couple of, just a couple of words for better understanding what sort of real health, everyday health, in the meaning of software or algorithms or whatever, could you present to people in Russia, mostly in Russia, to this meeting?
Thank you very much. Well, we see our, when we plan our impact and our outcomes, our main impact is the transformation of civil society, and civil society does not only include human rights or democracy movements, it actually includes all kinds of organizations and initiatives that empower citizens. And our main impact is much more stronger civil society. The aim that we haven't yet achieved, and the overall impact comes as sum of three outcomes, which are increased efficiency with the help of technology, much better interconnectedness, and we see very particular value in the interconnectedness of civil society actors, both inside one country as well as their interconnectedness with their colleagues abroad, Poland included, Ukraine, Belarus included. We've supported personal democracy forums that took place in Warsaw, bringing people actually here. We see a lot of importance in this, and we think that only interconnectedness and personal ties between the activists, between people who actually have trust and because in the civil society organizations, trust and their reputation is of great importance. So if we have enough connections between people who have trust and whom people trust, even they are not, high-level politicians and are not politicians, which is important because politicians fight for power, civil society people fight for values. I believe that's incredibly important distinction. And the last thing is actually the competence. The competence and of using new technology technologies that appear every day. We're listening now that the bio is the new tech, so in 10 years, the digital stuff that seems new to us will be outdated, it will become nothing. Kids, 12-year-old kids will be doing anything digital much better, but they will be also doing bio stuff better. And also it comes to cognitive science, the neuroscience that will affect our societies and decision-making processes a lot. It will change the society a lot, and we need to keep up with that. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex.
My second question.
You want to, okay, good.
Yeah, my second question goes to the second presenter. To be honest, I don't know very well the role of radio liberty in free Europe in Belarus. In my humble opinion, as far as I understand, you are in Belarus in much better position as information-wise than Russia, because you are much closer to the western border of the first and Starej, and you have quite a lot of information exchange, for example, from Western Europe or from Poland. And all of us know quite an important role of radio liberty in Russia, in the former Soviet Union. So, what is the place of radio liberty in information landscape of Belarus nowadays? So, how important is it? What is the listener skill? How much is the multiplication of information which you pick up from broadcasting system, radio liberty, among the people who don't listen to radio liberty Belarusian service? So, what is the difference and what is in common between Russian service and Belarusian service, and what is important?
If I may to add one question more to Frank. Thank you, Alexander. To Frank, I will return to soft power. We just discussing about extension of soft power. What is, from your point of view, more attractive element of soft power of European Union? What would be attractive for Belarusian citizens today in the policy of smart power of European Union?
Very good questions, actually, and thank you very much. First of all, starting with RFE. I'm very happy that U.S. government didn't stop broadcasting of Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty. You know, it was created in 1954, in Cold War times. It was created by CIA, you know, to break all this, information on the wall, Berlin Wall after, and in many countries of the European Union, they became democracies. Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty was cut off, but in post-Soviet countries it still broadcast. And now, Radio Free Europe this year, it got from Congress of the US the biggest budget since 1919. So we can tell that somehow Cold War times is coming back. And we can see that the US government just put the focus on the media as a frontline, of this war, of this hybrid war that's happening now. RFE in Belarus started like Radio Liberation. It was a first name for RFE. That's the first name, yes. And it's interesting that its mission, its goal, and its task practically didn't change. The main, as we tell, the main, that propaganda is truth. That's what we do. And if 30 years ago, my father who was one of the founders of anti-Soviet movement in 1980, then Radio Liberty was like the main supporter for their movement, and the possibility to find new people joining the Soviet movement. Now, RFE plays similar role, but on absolutely other platforms, social networks. I think that now, for today, and we can tell not only about RFP, but also about Radio Rad, which broadcasts from Poland, European Radio for the other, Bielsa, that most important is presence in new media and social networks. Because in reality, satellite TV channel or shortwave broadcasting, it doesn't play a role for core of the society. I mean, the mobilize for society groups able to mobilize it, you know. And RFE helps to spread the message. We have now three main platforms, RFE, similar to all independent media broadcast from the European Union. We have satellite broadcasting, the same as Bielsat TV, we have TV, satellite broadcasting. We have shortwave and middle range broadcasting, but I think it doesn't play the same role as it was 30 years ago, because who in this room, who has shortwave receiver? You know, I think nobody. So it's more important for village people, for province who doesn't have internet access. And first, and the most important, as I see, website and social network presence. So we have the biggest RFE, the biggest groups in Facebook and Kontakcie. And why I put focus on Kontakcie? Because many people in European Union underestimate Kontakcie possibility. In Belarus, 30% of population uses Kontakcie every day. They use it for entertainment. And what we do in Kontakcie as RFE, maybe it's not serious for so serious media as RFE, we put fun pictures with serious text. And that's the idea. We create dozens of fun pictures, viral videos, 30 seconds, you know, to illustrate very serious analytical text reports, discussions, shows, you know. And that's the biggest, it has the biggest impact. If you see 200-300 comments under, you know, under important topics with fun picture, you know, it shows that it works. Generally, we have the reach not so big. But in total, all the Belarusian media now, they how to say, yeah, they merge, you know. For example, RFE aggregate 10 materials from other sites. National Media aggregates about 50 materials from other sites. So if we speak about media, we shouldn't use just audience of RFE, audience of supply, audience of European reporters. We should tell, and we should use the word reach. What is your reach? What is our reach? I know that RFE monthly, you know, reach is like 10 million, you know, contacts, 10 million views. Charter 97 is like 100 million views. But in general, we spread the same news, we spread the same message. I'd like to show you just mostly
Let's try to compare the impact of the radio liberty Russian service on Russian side and the radio liberty Belarusian service on Belarus information land. So, can it somehow compare the effectiveness of two редакции радио?
Radio Russian service was very effective when they had radio broadcasters inside of Russia. It was working very effectively. If we speak about internet, RFE, Russian service, can compete with Echo Moskvy, with some Russian popular independent websites, but you know, but of course it is maybe not so essential, you know, because the problem in Russia is not that that the society doesn't have access to that. The problem, they do not want to read this news. In Belarus, we have a little bit different situation. People really need this information. They want to get this information, and they find this information. That's probably a reason why now in Belarus is a better situation than in Russia, because in Russia, this trolls made the society zombies and not interested in anything. But the most important problem in Belarus is that marketing. You are not able to promote your media. I will show you an example. How to promote the media is using English. if you want to break, you know, propaganda, limitations, restrictions, you have to find a new possibility to. What we did 1 year ago was a Radio for Europe. In Belarus, we are illegal, absolutely illegal. We cannot put any advertisement, any billboards, any newspaper, you know, ads. What we did, we published about 60,000 plastic bags with the slogan, freedom to ice hockey players. It was before World Ice Hockey Championship, you know, and we take this plastic bag and distribute them for free in Belarus and cities in need. And what happened? We go to Komarovsky River in downtown of Minsk. Hundreds of babushkas surrounded us, taking these plastic bags for distribution. Still now you can see the plastic bags in use, you know, in many places. And the main idea is freedom, you know, it's like in English like that word, you know, freedom, liberty. If you use this word, you are legal position like this. But here is another very important role, ice hockey players. It's like a religion for Lukashenko. We unite these two, freedom or liberty, to ice hockey players. And this policeman already doesn't know how to react. But the message is here, svoboda.org, the address of our website. And this is an example of how creative approach can break limitation, restrictions, and repressions. And another example about trends. Sorry for it's T-shirt. We invented this T-shirt 1 year ago. During one day, I just made a design of this T-shirt. It's like vyshyvanka. It's like embroidered shirt. Like I think everybody should know. It's like national clothes. But what we did, thankful Radio for Europe printed these T-shirts. We printed first 200, 500,000. Now we distribute about 20,000 these T-shirts, and you can see many different kinds of these T-shirts. But the most important, we fulfill these T-shirts with a message. Who wear these T-shirts? It means that you are for freedom, you are for changes, you are for Belarus independence. You know, we just distribute this message. We wear famous ice hockey players, basketball players, politicians, and these T-shirts. You know, and this became a national trend. You know, but for us, it started very easy. So that's a way how to reach people. You know, we merge as a media with civil society campaign that it works out. And that can be a soft power, you know, finding new ways, finding new platforms, using them in creative way, you know, without violence, with positive message, with a focus on national identity. It's a soft power, but effective power for countries like Ukraine, like Belarus, like Moldova, and everybody who is endangered by Russian Putin, Kremlin, psychos. To fulfill, to support national identity, because national identity is the best weapon, best armor, you know, from Russian propaganda. If we feel Belarusian, it means that we are not Russians anymore.
Thank you. Thank you, Starej. And I would like to ask you about common questions to our discussants. I think that we have more interesting terms. Kazimierz Wójcicki, Dr. Kazimierz Wójcicki, professor of Warsaw University.
Well, so my question, comment is to Paweł Polski appeal. Well, appeal was brilliant, but what is the problem of European soft power in the context of Internet? Internet, created in California, was a democratic utopia in that sense. It was a try to cultivate...
Also was created in Harvard.
Yeah. Oh, what?
It's also in America.
And it was the fulfillment of a dream about the direct democracy, communication about the citizens, etc., the how easily we can organize ourselves. The problem is that internet now is starting to be a great danger for the open society, because Putin's trolling is so well organized that it could influence Western society in this hybrid war. And what is much more important, not influence, if its influence is associated not only with the news and information, it is disrupting the main structure of a free discourse. It's the main matter. It makes the free discussion impossible. Well, it provokes very deep disorientation. And I should say that